And if let's say it breaks out of this range, to be honest, there isn't much of a resistance until it goes back into 1868. Hello everyone, today is the 6th of July 2021. We are into the second trading day of the week. So in this video, we are going to run you through our 5 most focused pair, the Euro US dollar, gold, Nasdaq, US oil, and Bitcoin. Alright, so let's talk about the dollar index. So if we look at the daily time frame right here, we can obviously see that the price is at the top of a range, right? This is a descending triangle, as you can see. Alright, the price has actually went up in a forming an Elliott wave, and finally it completed the 5th wave right at the top here. And obviously there's a strong supply zone as there's a strong gap down as well. So we have already seen the price being rejected, but just that for yesterday there wasn't much changes. I believe it is also because the market is waiting for the FOMC meeting on this coming Thursday. So in any case, based on the technical aspect, and of course if you look at the fundamental of the dollar as well, we definitely still expect the dollar to continue to go down. Alright, and a few levels to take note. Number one, of course, is back to the this resistance and support level, and then all the way to this neckline area where there's strong demand, and finally to the bottom of the entire consolidation. Alright, so these are the few levels we'll take note of for the dollar, but as of now we are definitely bearish on the dollar. Alright, so moving on, we have the euro against the US dollar. So yesterday our trading plan was to actually look for a buying opportunity as the price pulls back into this region, and if there's a successful support, then we may see a rebound from there. And indeed right now the price has already rebounded off and climbing at the same time. So very similar to the US dollar, the euro dollar is actually trading at the bottom of a symmetrical triangle. Alright, found strong support and rebounded off from a demand zone right at the bottom. And yesterday it was, although it was little change, but for today we are already seeing the price going up. Alright, you can see that there's breakouts of like falling channels that actually helps to boost the bull in a way. Right, so for today we are definitely still looking for opportunity to buy. So for now, the first thing that we can do obviously is to go and connect the dots. Right, let's pull out a trend line and see where we can enter the trade. So over here, obviously this is where the price breakout, and but right here is where there's really demand. So if the price is able to pull back again back to this level, then we will have a chance to re-enter again and continues to hold this trade all the way up. So can this actually forms a channel? Well, definitely there's a possibility. If it really forms a channel in this case and goes all the way up, then it will hit. Then when it hits the top of the channel, it would also reach a important supply zone right here as well. Right, this is where the price broke out of this rising channel. So this is an important supply zone, and this will be the final target for today if let's say we really have an opportunity to take profit at this level. But of course, going upwards, if it continues to go up, we also expect the price to reach all the way back to the previous high right here. Alright, that would be somewhere 1.1970. So to put it out for you, let's look at the 4-hourly time frame right here. If say that we are waiting for a pullback, alright, back to the trend line itself, and this is where we can look to buy again. In terms of the stop loss, we want to set it below the previous demand zone right here, and the first take profit level, alright, back to this area itself, about 1.19 flat, and subsequently we want to go to somewhere right here. In fact, I think I just want to readjust this supply zone, because this is the exact area that it broke out, and the lowest it went to was somewhere right here. So this should be the exact demand zone, but just they want to take note of 1.1920 as well, because that was the neckline where after the price broke, it went all the way down before it reached the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. All right, so that's where we also want to be careful, but the final target will be somewhere 1.1937, but of course we also expect it to go all the way back to the previous high and the previous resistance. So and at the end of the day, I think we can definitely hold the trade all the way until 1.1960 if there is a good trend coming up for just for today. All right, so that will be the trading plan for today. So moving on, we have the gold. All right, we're going to spend a little bit more time to talk about the gold. Now, let's go all the way back to the weekly time frame. All right, so for the gold itself, back then in 2020 August, the price has peaked at 2075 and went all the way down. Right, came back a few times, but always got rejected and go even low and went even lower. And finally, as it reaches 1682, it finally found support. All right, here is a very strong resistance turn support level, as you can see, and then the price go on to retest it second time and then went all the way up, and finally it broke out of this falling channel, and therefore that helps to boost the gold and goes all the way until it reaches the supply zone right here at the top, and then it went crashing down again. But this time round it came down and it found support right at this level, and a very important level, as you can see, this price itself 1760. There's a lot of support, resistance and support as well. Now of course, this area itself, if we look at the daily time frame, it is actually a double bottom which forms a neckline, and just last week we saw the price retested this demand zone, went up, and right now it is breaking out of this range. And if let's say it breaks out of this range, to be honest, there isn't much of a resistance until it goes back into 1868, which is also the equilibrium level for this entire range. So the thing is that the fundamental does support the gold price because of rising prices, inflation, and super low interest rate for all the central banks. Although there has been news talking about tapering or raising rates as well, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. And even if that does, I don't think the central bank will be able to raise rate too much, and when that is being exposed, then gold price will definitely continue to climb. But so as of right now, we have really powerful support right here, strong rebound going on right now. So we want to look for buying opportunity. All right, so in order for us to do so, let's go to smaller time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, we saw that the price is rising within a rising channel. Right now it is testing the top, and I think it's about to break up as well. Going into the 1-hourly time frame, for the past few hours, it has been very bullish, going up very fast. But if we want to buy the gold, we have to wait for a pullback. Otherwise, the stop loss will be really hard to place, right? So the best price I can think of from right off the bat is to wait for a pullback. All right, back into this level itself, where the price broke out of the consolidation within this region. So that would be about 1795. Right, that will be the best price that we want to actually buy. And in fact, in the 1-hourly time frame, if we were to just base this wave itself, right, that will also bring us back to about 61.8%. And therefore that will be definitely a very good price to buy again. So if let's say this is the plan, and if the price really came back for us to buy the gain, then this right will be the entry level 1795. Stop loss, I would say that just right at the low here will be pretty sufficient. That will be 1782, and the first level of course will be back into this supply zone right here. All right, but as you can see in the daily time frame, there really wasn't much right of a resistance other than this supply zone right here. So if it's able to break through, then I believe that maybe in this week or next week, the price may be able to go all the way back to the equilibrium level, and we are looking at 1868 as the final target. Alright, so this will be a great opportunity to buy gold, and that is our trading plan. Alright, let's move on and talk about the Nasdaq. So for the Nasdaq, yesterday we are waiting for a pullback, alright, back to the previous high, right, resistance support level at the 61.8% feeble retracement as well. But at the end of the day, the price just went into consolidation. There's no pullback. There isn't much of a bullish movement as well. So we will continue to wait, alright, for this setup to happen before we consider to execute a trade. And of course, in this case, we are still looking to buy. So again, the levels are still pretty much the same. Alright, looking to buy at about 14,590, and then stop loss wise, right, just right at 88.6 level, 14,520 will do. And first take profit target will definitely be back to the previous high, 14,730, and then all the way to the top, right, of the channel itself, probably about 14,820. And of course, if it's able to go higher, 14,850 will do as well. So these are the levels to take note of, and this is the trading plan for Nasdaq. Alright, so it's still pretty much the same. Let's move on to the US oil. So for the US oil, it has went up already, right, after breaking out of this consolidation right here. As you can see, this is something like a symmetrical triangle. Price went up and we are waiting for a pullback. Alright, so if you want to wait for the pullback, I think somewhere back to this area will be pretty good. If let's say we are going to pull out a Fibonacci from the swing low all the way to the swing high, this is also the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level at about 75.4. Right, 75.4 will be within this region itself, and that's where we can consider to buy again. So if we were to consider buying at this level, right, then our stop loss will definitely have to go all the way to somewhere right here, right, 88.6 of the Fibonacci retracement. First take profit target, alright, will be back. I think somewhere right here we want to be careful as well. As you can see, there's some buying and selling going on right here before it goes up a little bit further. So if we can wait for the pullback, alright, buy right at this price, 75.4 to 75.5. And then first level take note of right here, 76.3, then back to the previous high, 76.7, and finally all the way to the major equilibrium at 77. And with that, I think if we just quickly take a look at the weekly time frame, it does seem to us that the US oil might be able to just break through the equilibrium in a very short amount of time, or in a very sudden manner. So by any case, this is the trading plan for the US oil, and just keep in mind that US oil, the demand for the oil will be there and will grow even stronger. Price will still continue to go up, alright, fundamentally speaking. Alright, so let's move on to the Bitcoin. Alright, so for the Bitcoin, we are talking about, buying right at the trend line itself. But as you can see, when the price reaches here, it made a small rebound, but the candle did not form right there and went down again. So after it break below this trend line, it actually still find support and buyers right within this demand zone. Right, this demand zone wasn't broken below. So therefore, if you saw that there's actually buyers coming right here, and the price is able to continue to kind of creating higher highs and higher lows, which it happened in this case, that's when we can actually go and buy again. All right, so right now the price is already climbed, right? It's starting to break out of this symmetrical triangle, or this consolidation right here, as you can see. So price is already broke out. If you want to look for opportunity to buy again, we'll have to wait for it to pull back again. Somewhere at this region itself is where we can consider to buy, because this is the high right here. If it's able to pull back, retest this level, then we can go for a buy, and hopefully the price will just goes all the way up from here. So if you look at the 4-hour time frame again, definitely we still have a lot of upside to our take profit levels. So if let's say we are able to wait for an opportunity to buy again, right, somewhere right here at 34,076, and our stop loss will be somewhere right here, 33,570. First take profit level will definitely be back to the high right here. I think this is quite an important level, right? There's resistance. There's a lot of buying selling going on right here as well at 34,850 as well. Of course, back to the resistance level right here, 35,100. Our main target, seriously, at least we are looking at the previous high right here, right? Because this is also the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement based on this swing high to this swing low. So you can see this is the 61.8% level, and there will be 36,500. And finally, as a bonus, if the price is able to go all the way up, go parabolic, then you will come into this supply zone at the 70.6% retracement level, and that is where the price broke out of this rising channel, right? So that creates a strong supply. Alright, so that is for the Bitcoin, and with that, that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. So see you again tomorrow.